start with unit number 2. So, good afternoon everybody. Today we are going to start unit number 2. In the unit number 1, what we have covered, that I will explain you. Unit number 1, we have covered the various types of plastics, properties of plastic, applications of the plastic, then polymerization and testing of the plastic. In this unit number 2 is again small unit which is covering or which is giving the emphasis on various plastic processes. You are familiar with these plastic processes in second year, and little bit in detail the processes are explained for thermosets and thermoplast. So plastic molding processes. The title of the unit is Processing of Plastic. Processing of plastic. Now, in this processing of plastic, we are going to study what is the syllabus of this chapter. Syllabus includes injection molding, extrusion molding, then calendering, then process of thermosetting plastics such as transfer molding and compression molding. Okay, so we are going to cover these many whatever 5 to 6 processes are there used for processing of thermoplast and thermosets. So I repeat the syllabus, you can write down. It includes the processes such as injection molding, extrusion molding, blow molding, calendering, compression molding, transfer molding, and rotational molding. So all these processes I am going to show some whatever videos are available with me. That also I will show today. Also we have one more class. So in that I may show you, depends upon how time permits. I will check and then I will show. So I hope you have noted down the syllabus for this unit. Now all these units, we can say bits, are covered with different steps such as what is actually process, and then for this process what are the steps in this process, and then some line diagrams are there, schematic diagrams, then its advantages, disadvantages, and how actually the manufacturing of the components using these processes are carried out. That is explained in this chapter. Now, this is all about general idea of the chapter which I have explained, which covers the processes of thermosetting and thermoplastic. So let us see plastic processes one by one. Injection molding. Classify the different plastic molding processes. So it may be asked for 1 mark and then explain injection molding process in detail. Maybe not 3 marks. This may be 4 marks question. Then transfer molding, rotational molding, here in between calendering is removed. I read once again if it is not visible to you. Injection molding, extrusion molding, blow molding, calendering, calendering. Then these are for thermoplasts. For thermoplastics usually, and these are for thermosets. This rotational molding may also be sometimes used for thermoplast. This is the classification of plastic molding processes. You can take screenshot, or you can later on you can write down in your notebook, or if you have already written in notebook, no problem. You have seen number of parts. Now let us see this pen which I am using. This is complete body is plastic body. This cap is manufactured by different process. This body is manufactured by different process. This duster, this body is manufactured by different process. Then just make a list of the plastic components which you are observing in day-to-day life. So see the largest component and smallest component of plastic which you have seen. Now this is the interview question. Tell me the largest component of plastic which you have seen in your day-to-day life. And then I will ask smallest component. Shubham Basode. Shubham Basode, roll number 8. Are you there, Shubham?
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
tell
sir.
me largest plastic component which you have seen in day-to-day life. What largest you have seen? At least you tell any component, plastic component. Largest plastic component.
Sorry.
And you
Hello?
tell at least bucket.
Sir.
You have not seen bucket.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Chair may be largest.
Okay, that is your limitation of your vision. Any other student might have seen more largest part than chair.
Yes.
Akshay Takle, roll number 66. Akshay Takle. Are you there? Don't put your mobile on mute and enjoy this online lectures by doing other work. This will not be, this is cheating to yourself. I am taking the name, immediately you should reply. Akshay Takle, voice is not clear, but it was, who is there, Akshay Kendre. Voice is not clear. Other students can also put in chat box. So whether there is a problem in voice, I will just check. As this room is closed, you may be problem in voice. 1 minute, 1 minute. There was a problem. Whether it is clear now? Somebody please reply. Whether it is clear now? Yet not clear. What is problem I am not getting? Somebody of you please talk. Nikita. Nikita Demare.
Yes, sir.
Whether my voice is not clear?
Clear, sir.
Clear or not?
Clear आहे.
येते ना clear आहे तू?
Yes.
So,
येते सर ऐकायला.
Okay. So I am trying at my level best. There I have opened the doors and windows. There should not be no problem. And I have tried. बोला. थोडं काय?
थोडं खरखरतंय मध्ये मध्ये.
काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे? Just wait for 1 minute. Huh? I will try with headphone. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. I am trying with headphone. Oh, please clearly. Whether it is audible clearly, Nikita.
Yes, sir.
Now it is audible clearly than earlier.
No, no.
No, I am not getting your answer. Whether I am clearly audible or not. Now I have used earphone.
Not, sir, not.
Then what is
You are
problem?
not clearly audible.
What is problem? I am not getting. My range is full. Everything is full here. Just wait. Huh? I will be joined immediately. 1 minute. Huh? You don't leave. Hello? Hello? Nikita,
Yes, sir.
whether it is audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Huh.
So little bit problem, I will continue it. I hope now it is audible. So we are talking about the largest plastic component and smallest plastic component which you have observed. So I will tell the answer instead of wasting the time. So you have seen the overhead water tank. So at your residence, whatever water tank you are using, it is of 1000 liters. But if you go at some commercial areas, you may see 5000 liter water tank. The size of that water tank may be equal to the room size. So that much big water tanks made up of plastic and maybe similar other components are manufactured by these molding processes. So which are these molding processes? These molding processes we are going to cover today one by one. Out of this, first molding process which we are going to cover is injection molding process. Injection molding process. Now injection molding process means what? Injection means you are going to inject the plastic material into the mold of desired shape. You are going to inject the plastic material into the mold of desired shape. There are different machines. So you may manufacture small components. But the component size does not decide the size of machine. Even for small component size, the machine may be of larger size. We can say it as a capacity of machine, because how much size component and how many components you are going to manufacture is decided by the machine capacity. Here, injection molding machine includes some mechanism where the plastic granules are plasticized. Plasticized using heater or by using the screw. So there are two types of injection mechanism. One is ram type and another is screw type. Here, what are the steps in injection molding? Already you have studied it, but this is one kind of revision for you. I will tell the steps in injection molding. So, here, steps in the injection molding includes the clamping of two halves. Now, see my hands. So, this is one half, this is another half. These are called as two halves. So, they are closed, open. So, this is called as complete cycle. For your kind information, one complete cycle may take place from 4 to 5 seconds to 60 seconds. What is meaning of injection cycle? What is meaning of complete process cycle? It includes opening of the house. So once you open it, whatever earlier part is get removed with the help of ejection pins. Then closing. Once you close, clamping. Clamping is of, I will tell the steps. So first step itself is the clamping. See the two halves. This is one half, this is another half. When you close it, because of injection plastic pressure, there should not be opening or little small opening in this way. Otherwise, plastic material will be flow outside. That's why these parts are to be clamped. There are two types of clamping. One may be mechanical clamping and another may be hydraulic or pneumatic clamping. So this clamping holds the two halves together for longer time so that part will be solidified. So clamping holds the two halves tightly so that there will not be leakage of the plastic until the solidification or cooling of the plastic component. The force and time required to close and open the mold depends upon the machine capacity. So how much is the machine capacity depends upon that. the time required for closing and the force required for closing, it is decided. Usually for smaller size, a machine clamping may be used, mechanical clamping. But for larger size of molds, there is a hydraulic or pneumatic clamping. So this is one of the important steps. If you will not hold your house tightly, there will not be uniform formation of the plastic component. Second step is the important step called as injection. Meaning of injection means forcing the material with pressure. You know that injection syringes are there. Medical doctors are used. Doctors are using, nurses are using for injecting the medicine into our skin. So they are injecting means forcing the liquid with some pressure with the help of maybe piston like arrangement. Same thing, injecting the material into the die. Die means cavity of desired shape. When you are going to inject the material into the die, cavity of desired shape, then you can fill that cavity completely and then you have to wait for cooling. Now, this injection is by two ways. I told before few minutes. Injection is by two ways. First is ram type injection and second is a screw type injection. Ram type injection means what? In ram type injection includes there is an arrangement of piston and cylinder like mechanism where the plastic granules are forced into the heating chamber and at the end of heating chamber there is a nozzle. So from back side there is a force and because of that force plastic granules will send to the heating chamber and then they will send to the nozzle. 1 minute. They will send to the nozzle and through the nozzle it will come out with high pressure and it will enter into the cavity of desired shape. So you can draw the simple drawing. I will erase this. You can simple drawing I will show you. Ram type and screw type. This is your mold. Cavity of desired shape. This is nozzle. This is molten plastic. This is heating chamber. Heating starts here. And this is your ram or piston where this is hopper. So you are going to force this ram. Or piston, and with the help of this it will come here. Okay, and now this is simple ram type and second I told screw type. Remaining left hand side part will be as it is, only there is a change in mechanism. This is a screw. So when screw is rotated, it will be plasticized. It is taking because of friction of the screw. It will rotate and it will send it to plasticized zone. And because of this plasticized zone, this plastic gets melted and it enters into the die. Here, whatever die you are keeping, it is entered there. So this is the screw type. This is screw type. You can draw both the figures or you can take screenshot. I will wait for 1 minute. By the time, please tell whether at least sufficiently audible sound is there or not. Saurabh Bhosle, roll number 11. Saurabh Bhosle.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Draw these two figures. You can take screenshot also. I have drawn schematic figures. You can also draw, just you have to show ram type and screw type. What is the difference between these two figures? Here there is no heating chamber. Here there is a heating chamber. This is main difference in ram type and screw type. There is screw type. If there is no heating chamber, how it is plasticized? Because of friction. The plastic granules get trapped between the inner surface and the screw. And then it is plasticized. So step number 1 was clamping. Step number 2 is injection. Around 100 megapascal to 150 megapascal force is applied. 100 megapascal to 150 megapascal. Write this pressure. 100 megapascal to 150 megapascal. And then it is injected into the mold of desired shape. Same figure you draw here. May I erase this? I hope it is over. We have to finish this injection molding today. So I will erase this. Third step is very important step. Third step. Cooling. I made big star to this cooling. You also make it. Why? Because cooling is very important step. If there will not be proper cooling, you will not get the proper component. So your component will fail. If there will not be cooling properly, component will fail. And I told earlier, cycle time varies from 5 seconds to 60 seconds for some of the components. And remember that I made this start mark. Almost 75% or 80% you consider. 70 to 80% of total cycle time is consumed by cooling. It consumes, write this, almost 70 to 80% of cycle time. It consumes almost 70 to 80% of cycle time. Means what? 70 to 80% of cycle time. Means what? If your cycle time is 100 seconds, then 70 seconds to 80 seconds are almost only used for cooling. So that much is the importance of cooling. Improper cooling will cause distortion of the component. So step number 1, clamping. Step number 2, injection. And step number 3 is cooling. How cooling is carried out? It is usually water cooling. Or air cooling. But for injection mold, water cooling is maximally used. So unit number 7, cooling of injection molds, we are going to solve some numericals on it in unit number 7. So there, the cooling channels, how they are provided for proper cooling, the study will be there in that unit number 7. Time being, you remember, cooling is carried out by circulating the water through the mold. I repeat, cooling is carried out by circulating the water through the mold. Cold water in and hot water out. So whatever water is entered inside the mold, it will take, see, no doubt, as this is metallic mold, there is a chilling effect. There is a chilling effect. But apart from the chilling effect, that mold should be cooled. So if you keep mold cool, then only there will be fast extraction of heat and you will get fast or you will get good quality of component. That's why cooling of injection mold is very, very important step. Fourth is ejection. Check the spelling correctly. Step number 2 is injection. INJECTION. And instead of iron, only E word is used. Ejection म्हणजे component बाहेर काढणे. Ejection means removal of the component from the mold. This is important step, friends. Why? Because when you are injecting the plastic into the mold, it may stick to the wall. It is not get easily removed. So you have to cycle as told. Opening of the mold, closing of the mold, injection, cooling, opening of the mold, ejection, closing of the mold. I repeat once again, closing of the mold, clamping, injection, cooling, opening of the mold, ejection, again closing for next cycle. So you are going to remove it. When you are going to open the mold, the ejector pins are there and like this. So assume the ejector pins, now it is in inside position. Assume that this is inner wall of the mold. These two fingers are inner wall of the mold. Ejector pin is here. So as soon as mold is open, this pin will come out like this. When pin will come out like this, whatever parts stick to this inner wall fall down. Okay, and that will fall down in the bin. So ejection mechanism is there. The proper pins are used. Which type of pins are used? What shape to the pin is given? What is the length of pin? How much is the stroke? Everything is again covered in the injection molding design chapter, in the next chapter. Okay, this is just timing, you remember. Ejection consists of using the ejector pins, mechanism of ejector pins for easy removal of the component, because there may be problem that molded parts get stick to the wall of mold and hence removal of the component should be fast. So for fast removal process, ejector pins are provided. And there is a lever. The person who is operating the machine, either in the paddle, पायामध्ये, or in the hand, as soon as the button is pressed, immediately pins will act and pins will make that component to fall down into the bin. So this step number 4 is ejection. And in this way, there are 4 cycles in the injection molding. I repeat within few seconds. Closing of the mold, clamping, injection, cooling, opening of the mold, ejection and closing of the mold. This is called as complete cycle of injection molding. And I repeat this statement once again, out of complete cycle of injection molding, 70 to 80% of the cycle time is used for cooling purpose, because if there will be improper cooling, there will be distortion of the component. And materials which are used for injection molding usually acrylic, ABS plastic, Which materials are usually used? Almost all domestic components, household appliances, electronic products, thin wall products such as buckets, small plastic parts, toys, medical devices. I repeat, almost all domestic components, household appliances, electronic products, buckets, mugs, then medical devices and other parts are made by injection molding process. Cap of the bottle is made by injection molding. Bottle is made by other process, but cap is made by injection molding. This is also made by injection molding. So any of the toys parts and your mug, bucket, small components, okay, small toys, household appliances, medical parts, devices, thin-walled components. The best application of injection molding. What is the best application of injection molding is your plastic chair. It is one of the great inventions. So how many decades? Almost 20 to 25 years back, during my childhood, there newly launched chairs I have seen. Means when I was in, maybe this is I am telling, maybe I am 4th or 5th standard, we were using the metallic chairs which we are folding. You can ask your parents. These metallic chairs, it was a huge process to store that chairs and carry the chairs. Again, you have seen wooden chairs still there you have seen in the offices, but unique component produced in one stroke and there is no joint, and that product made by plastic injection molding is great invention in last 2-3 decades. And there is no problem of storage also, because one above the other you can easily store the chairs. So that is one of the best application of injection molding. I hope you have write it down. If you have not written, I will repeat once again. Household appliances, furniture parts, electronic products, thin wall components, small plastic toys, medical devices. Okay? And materials which is used is polyester, PVC, polyester, then polyamide, ABS. ABS is used for computer body, mouse, keyboard. Polyamides are used for toothbrush bristles. Then polyesters are used for fibers. PVC is used for number of components. Okay? These polycarbonates are also used. PC. Polycarbonates are used for making compact discs, eyeglasses, etc. etc. So this is all about the material used and application of injection molding. Okay, we are at the last part of this injection mold, advantages and disadvantages. Which are the advantages of injection molding? Higher rate of production. So if cycle time is 30 seconds, in 1 minute 2 components, just call, you make calculation. Very fastly, with opening of the mold, closing of the mold, clamping, injection, cooling, opening of the mold, ejection. This is complete cycle. So you can get higher rate of production in injection molding because pouring of the metal in the terms of injecting mechanism. That's why there is only time we are going to wait for cooling. Except cooling, remaining 20% time is very fastly consumed. Okay. Then close tolerance, minimum wastage, and complex geometry can be produced as a single component. Complex geometry into single part or unique part, more rate of production, then fast process, minimum wastage. Process is very fast, close tolerance. Close tolerance is very important because you see any of the plastic component, even your chair, there is no second finishing operation on it. within one stroke, because mold steel, P set is used in type of tool steel in metallurgy we have studied. These are special purpose mold steels which gives good tolerance, and hence products which you are produced are of good quality in one stroke. Disadvantages are higher tooling cost and setup cost. High tooling cost and high setup cost. High tooling cost and high setup cost. This is all about injection molding. Just wait, I will take the attendance because this. One minute, huh? Whether this screen presentation is visible to you?
Yes.
Somebody please reply. I am scrolling your names. Whether that is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now you can leave.